Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and today I just wanted to discuss the actual date of the official event and also discuss exactly what is going on with the current event. I know I covered a recap of it yesterday, but in today's video I do want to focus on days and what is currently going on in the season. So to start with, that's what I want to kind of go over. But before we get too far into this, don't forget to go and enter code postboxpat into the item shop. Thank you everybody who has been supporting me as a creator. Much respect and love to everybody. We've had a lot of support recently on the channel, especially with the recent live streams. Thank you everyone, and I will plan on live streaming any future ruins that do appear on the map. Anyway guys, let's start with this and talk a little bit about exactly what is going on. So currently there are only 18 days left of the season. Now I don't know when that word day or the number resets, but technically 18 days from now isn't long at all. 2 weeks from now takes us to the 4th of May, and another 4 days onto that takes us roughly to Wednesday the 8th or even Thursday the 9th. So pretty interesting stuff. That is obviously in May when Season 9 starts. Now, they may extend the season, but it's not 100% confirmed. Regarding loading screens as well, this is something interesting I mentioned in yesterday's video. I actually mentioned how some of the loading screens I haven't actually got all the loading screens yet, but some of the loading screens from last season didn't pop until later on. This one, for example, was the Week 9 loading screen, and the Week 10 one, or the secret loading screen, was the one with the actual, if I can find it, it was the Dart Bomber skin actually touching the cube. There are so many loading screens, it's almost impossible to identify them. That's the one there. So this one happened right at the end of the season, on the last week just before Season 6, and that's the same again with this kind of one with the Ice King event. Obviously the Ice King event was a little bit different because it was extended, but we had obviously this, which was the last loading screen, which leaded into the next season. So regarding loading screens, we can expect the Week 9 loading screen probably to be something to do with the ruins currently, and then after the event, which is most likely going to be next weekend, Saturday or Sunday, probably going to be the Sunday, but I can't 100% guarantee it. Then for Week 10, we can expect probably what's happened from that event to be in the loading screen, or some sort of hint to Season 9 in that loading screen. So I think that is what's going to take place right there, which I think is really interesting and really cool. So I'm pretty happy about that. So hopefully that is going to be the case regarding that sort of stuff. I think regarding dates and stuff, we can probably expect 27th or 28th to be the actual date of April, that is. So that's this time next week. So make sure you're free this time next week if you can, because that's near enough 100% when the event's going to be. I do believe Fortnite are going to announce this event, because last season they didn't announce the event. It's kind of like a rotational thing. If you look at all the events that we've currently had and the ones that have been announced, we had the one in Season 4, which was the Rocket event. That got announced. Then we had the Cube event in Season 6. That got announced. The Butterfly event, should I say. And then obviously in Season 7 and 5, the events didn't get announced in them seasons. They were just kind of random ones at random times. So that's the sort of stuff that's going on within the Fortnite universe right now. And I think it is pretty exciting to see all of that happening. But the current location of this is just above Greasy Grove. Currently nothing is really going on. I know there's a bunch of streams and stuff going around. So do be careful, guys, what you're watching, because you could end up sitting here for hours watching this go down in health. The health of this is spawning at about 500,000. I think Fortnite generally, I've seen this, a few people mentioning this, like, guys, honestly, I actually don't think hitting these will actually do anything generally, because Fortnite aren't going to delay the event. So for example, if the whole community just said, you know what, let's just stop hitting this, I don't think Fortnite would like do anything about it. I think they just, I think they just carry on with the event. I think the event's going to take place whatever the case. Even if we don't hit these, Fortnite will just go, oh, it doesn't really matter. We don't really need to do anything, because we've probably set a timer already on these that allows them to move anyway if they don't take enough damage. So I don't think everyone's hitting these. The speed it's going down, I can't imagine everyone in the world still hitting them. I just don't think it being the case. It may just be kind of like a placeholder to make people think that they're doing damage, but they're not. Again, I can't 100% confirm that, but I can almost 100% confirm that Fortnite, say for example, if everyone stopped hitting these, which is not going to happen, but if it did, because I really do enjoy getting involved with these events and stuff like that. But if everyone did stop hitting these, technically that's going to delay Season 9, and that is not going to be the case. So there has also been some leaks and rumors going around that apparently all of these are going to connect up around the map. So people are saying all over the place that these are going to locate in different corners and stuff, and it all kind of form kind of like a beam of light or something like that, which forms above this that causes a creation, which I think would work pretty well. So if you imagine that that one over there is going to probably move to its position here, and it's not actually going to come and lock in, it's going to kind of line itself up and fire like a laser beam towards it. Apparently that is potentially what is going to happen. So I guess with all of these, we're probably going to see them all linking up. So the next one that spawns would probably be this one over here, maybe, or this one, if you think about it. So this one's had to move from this position, which is roughly, is that the direction of where it spawned? I don't think it is actually. It spawned more that direction in between them. Oh, I don't know what I've pressed there. I've gone into the wrong view, but it spawned more of kind of round Paradise Palms, you know, where Lucky landed is. You can see it there in the coordinate G9 around there. So I guess it's kind of in between, so I can't really figure anything out from there. But yeah, it spawned kind of over there, you know, where the bridge, you know, where the kind of the, I don't think it's really a bridge, but you know where the hill kind of goes down, where I'm looking right there, that's where it spawned. I covered that in yesterday's video. But yeah, like I'm saying, all these are going to kind of form together and kind of create something, which is going to be pretty cool. I do think that it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to all like play out. Again, this here, no one really knows what it is. So many different theories are going around. The UFO one seems a pretty common one. A lot of people are tweeting about that. I've seen some amazing comments recently. Like some of you guys are really tweeting and really in-depth stuff about it. And I can't remember every single one, so I apologize if I don't mention what you've said. But there's so much going on. Like the theories are insane. And I could come up with so many theories regarding this. I could sit here all day coming up with theories. But obviously I don't want to do that all day. The most common theories are the UFO theory and also maybe something to do with the dark element returning, or this being some sort of gateway or teleporter to somewhere else. I feel like they're the most free common theories currently going around in the community. But if you guys have got any theories at all, remember to comment them down below. I'll be sure to check them out in my free time. I have been reading through a bunch of theories and seeing so many good ones that it's like, it's impossible for me to cover them all, but they're just enjoyable to read, and you know, that's what I like doing, and I'm sure other people like reading really cool theories as well. So go and read the theories. There's some awesome stuff going around. I always come up with crazy theories towards the end of the videos and stuff like that, so hopefully Fortnite themselves will do something pretty interesting. I also mentioned how it'd be awesome to see another food kind of hit the trend in the Fortnite universe recently. I talked about potentially how Fortnite could introduce maybe the banana skin to even hit the trend. So, you know, banana could open up like a fruit salad restaurant, something I recently talked about, and I think we may see something like that happen in the future. I do think Peely deserves his own fruit salad restaurant. I feel kind of sad for these two here because they're kind of like dominating. Well, not sad, but they're really doing well with the market. They are absolutely rocking it. They're absolutely taking control, dominating the market, Durburg and Tomato Head, for the food restaurants in the Fortnite universe. You can see that in Retail Row. So hopefully we get some other things, maybe like a fruit salad, or maybe even the softies over here. Hopefully he'll potentially get a brand new store as well. He's kind of been left out a little bit. He is still pretty chill though. He's chilling over here, so hopefully we'll get stuff like that. But anyway, other than that, that's everything I've got for today's video. I just wanted to make it a short one to keep you guys up to date with what's going on with the event. If anything does happen major wise, I will be sure to cover it on the channel straight away for you guys. So I'm hoping for an event probably to happen tomorrow, I guess, maybe a new ruin to spawn. And if that is the case, I will be live streaming it for you guys, the ruin number 2, so you guys can track that down and follow it until it goes into its slow stage. Currently, obviously, we know the ruin that is currently going around about, the first ruin is in its slow stage. So the other 4 to spawn, I will be streaming them in their fast stage every single time. So hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, keep up to date with all these streams, guys. I'll be sure to stream it for you guys. Anyway, guys, just before we end this up, I just want to go over a few different fan theories which I've really enjoyed throughout today's episode, just kind of reading a few of these. So check some of these out. These are some of the top ones my fans have been going over, just because I thought, you know, I feel bad on everyone who's coming up with these crazy theories and not getting any recognition. So let's give you guys some recognition right now. So guys, there has been absolute tons of fan theories being sent to me, and I absolutely enjoy reading so many of them. It's absolutely awesome. However, I've just picked through some of the most recent ones for this bit of the video because we have been sent so many. I thought some of these were pretty cool and I wanted to go over them. So the first one is from Omar. He actually talked a little bit about what was going on in his Durburger game, or by the Durburger phone challenge type thing, sorry, not the food fight LTM. And he actually goes and says that he believes that the actual kind of ruin itself was actually forcing him back, because apparently it flinged him across the map and killed him in Fatal Fields, which was interesting to see. I thought that was a pretty cool theory from you, Omar. Not 100% sure if that was the case or not. It could have been an impulse or not. I'd recommend checking out and replay and trying to send me a clip if you've still got it. But interesting stuff there, because potentially it could have the powers of Kevin inside of it somewhere. Now this one was okay, so the next theory is from this guy on screen. I'm not too sure how to say your name, my friend, but I'm not going to read through his exact theory. I've already read it, so I'm going to summarize it for you guys. Basically, what he's saying that the energy which was drained from Kevin during Season 6 when he was hovering above Loot Lake and all the other artifact locations on the map, or ruin locations I guess they were as well, he actually was draining his power, and apparently he says on his theory that Kevin potentially might not return, but butterflies could return instead and be part of the Fortnite storyline in the future. I think that's a cool thing as well to note. Potentially they could be like, maybe, I wouldn't see them as being like a permanent thing, but it could be something you may be able to find on the map, and you may be able to fly, say for 30 seconds and you don't take any fall damage, or fly for 10 seconds or 9 or a low amount of time, because obviously it would be OP if you could fly, but you might be able to fly say for 10 seconds and it drops you down, which I think would be pretty cool. Or you may have say 10 kind of like butterfly, I don't know, where you swing your wings and you kind of, a bit like the grappler but wings, and you kind of like hover up, a bit like the jetpack but less overpowered. So I think maybe potentially, my friend, that could be an awesome concept for Season 9. I did really like that little theory there from a fan. The next one here, he actually goes and says, Head Base AP talks about how the ruin seems to be going towards Polar Pete, and he says he has a theory that each ruin is going to end up at the corner of the map. He says, I mentioned this before, how potentially this could happen, and obviously we have Pleasant Park, Paradise Palms he's mentioning, and the 5th room will go to Dusty Divot, he says, and then they'll all crash together on the ground and cause like kind of the bunker to open. I think that's a cool theory, and you know, I like that one, my friend. So Headbase, thank you very much. If you guys have got any theories, remember to comment them down below as well. There's a bunch of cool theories popping up in here. So another theory here. Theory? I think he said like fairy theory crossed together. I think it's because I'm getting so confused with the butterfly stuff. I'm just thinking, you know, maybe even fairies could come to Fortnite. I think that's a bit crazy. But anyway, my theory is that the military prefabs in creative have something to do with Area 51 / the government, and this could be part of like the aliens, maybe even alien skins in Season 9 within the battle pass. I think that's a great theory, my friend Charles. I do really like that. I think potentially, you know, them prefabs could hint towards an alien type skin in Season 9, and you know, potentially you could be correct right there. I really do enjoy that theory. So the next theory, I wasn't too sure what this guy was trying to get at. It was kind of a little bit confusing to me, but I think it was quite interesting, the kind of concept he came up with. He was kind of talking about the blue energy around it and how potentially that energy is kind of good but kind of bad. He was talking about how we are draining the energy from it, which is going to kind of create something bad and possibly destroy Polar Pete. I don't think that's going to be the case. I do think Polar Pete potentially could be destroyed though for Season 9, but maybe not by the ruin, maybe by something else. But I do agree with his theory a little bit, but it's kind of confusing. He just kind of talks about the energy and stuff, and I personally he talks a little bit about, it reminds me of the Enforcers as well, which it was a little bit complicated there and so I'm not too sure what he was trying to get at with his theory, but from what I gathered from it, the idea of that blue kind of substance, he was kind of hinting towards maybe it makes sense that it moves, because when we break the shield it causes it to move, so maybe it's actually a bad thing that we're doing that. Interesting stuff there. Next theory again was from Slime Boy. This is going to be the final one. He actually goes to talk a little bit about the Season 4 storyline and Season 3. Okay, so if you remembered in Season 3, that big glowing star in the sky that soon hit Dusty Divot, well, many streamers spotted a UFO next to it, and seeing the visitor is an alien. My theory is that the visitor's ship, being the UFO, got damaged, forcing the visitor to go into an escape pod, thus the pod getting covered by the meteor until it completely surrendered by like a shell. I'm not too sure what he means by the end of that, but I'm kind of getting the concept. He's basically talking how potentially there could have been another ship on the map which crashed into the map with the meteorite, or some sort of element that the visitor had to recraft something to escape the map. Now, as we know, the visitor did escape on the rocket from what we know, but it's not 100% confirmed that was the case. Potentially the visitor has returned at some point secretly, or is trying to still, there's some sort of substance or people from the visitor's army that could be crafting some sort of UFO potentially inside of that Loot Lake location. And the final theory which I have, which is from the top of my head from just reading a few of these theories, which I think was pretty cool, was the idea that Kevin himself was fueling whatever is going on. If you guys remember, the bunker itself actually opened up, or it didn't exactly open up, but the bunker that we currently have in Loot Lake, I believe it was already open when Kevin was fueling it, and whatever was underneath there, whoever is in charge of this, the visitor, the enforcers, whoever's in charge of this compound here with the gateway, I think Kevin was fueling what's ever inside of here, and that is going to cause something major in the Fortnite storyline. It almost reminds me of some sort of Death Star type hole. We're going to have to see if a huge laser is going to fire out of this. Who knows, or if our laser is going to do something towards it. We're going to have to see what's going to happen. I'm pretty excited for it. It does look like something could launch out of here as well, and it does kind of look like potentially some sort of line or rocket or beam or something. So let me know in the comment section your theories, guys. I'll be sure to make some more fan theories in the future, so let me know what your fan theories are, and I'll be sure to check them out. I'm really excited to see what you guys have as a fan theory. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to go and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new around here, consider sticking around, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and once again, this is postboxpat signing out.